Hello everyone! Today on Toddler TV I'm going to read a story from you. It's about the movie The Incredibles from Disney-Pixar. Well, let's get started. Not so long ago there lived a small group of heroes with special powers. They were called supers. The most popular super was Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible's greatest fan was a boy named Buddy. He wanted to be a super too, even though he didn't have powers. He invented rocket boots that allowed him to fly and asked Mr. Incredible if he could be his sidekick. But Mr. Incredible told Buddy that supers were born, not made. Mr. Incredible and his wife, Elastigirl, had to live as Bob and Helen Parr. They lived in the suburbs and had 3 kids, Violet, Dash, and Jack-Jack. They tried their best to be normal, but it was difficult. Elastigirl could stretch into any shape. Violet could generate force fields and turn invisible, and Dash had super speed. Only little Jack-Jack didn't seem to have any powers. Bob missed saving people. One day a woman named Mirage contacted him. She knew he was a super and offered him a mission. Bob knew this was his chance to make a difference. He told Helen that he had a business trip and then got on a plane with Mirage. As the two flew to a secret island, Mirage explained that the government had lost control of a robot called the Omnidroid. Every moment you spend fighting it only increases its knowledge of how to beat you, Mirage said. Mr. Incredible used all of his strength against the Omnidroid. At last, he tricked it into defeating itself. When Mr. Incredible went home, he felt like a new man. He even had his friend Edna Mode design a new super suit for him. Soon, Mirage contacted Mr. Incredible again. She had another mission for him. But when Mr. Incredible arrived, he learned that Mirage worked for Buddy. The boy who had wanted to be Mr. Incredible's sidekick was all grown up. He now called himself Syndrome. He had invented the Omnidroid. Syndrome tried to capture Mr. Incredible, but he escaped. In a cave, he found the remains of Gazerbeam, a super who had died battling the Omnidroid. The super knew he had to stop the villain. Back at home, Helen began to suspect that Bob was up to something. She went to visit Edna Mode. Edna was thrilled to see Helen. She'd had so much fun making Bob's new suit that she'd made one for Helen too. In fact, she had made new suits for the whole family. And each suit came with a homing device for handy tracking. Helen put on her super suit and activated the homing device. As she flew toward the location of Mr. Incredible's homing signal, she discovered that Dash and Violet had followed her. Just then, a missile hit the plane they were flying on. The plane went down and landed in the ocean. Elastigirl shaped herself into a boat, and Dash used his super speed to power them toward the island where Mr. Incredible was in trouble. On the island, Elastigirl took the children to a cave. Then she left to find their father. Suddenly, a huge ball of fire filled the cave. Syndrome had launched his Omnidroid toward the city. Meanwhile, Mr. Incredible had been captured and taken to a cell inside Syndrome's headquarters. Mirage had just released him when Elastigirl burst through the door. Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl raced to find Violet and Dash. Together, the family fought off the henchmen. Suddenly, Syndrome arrived. Using an amoeba ray, he froze the supers. Then he flew off to the city. He planned to defeat the Omnidroid. Then everyone would think he was a hero. Violet used a force field to break the ray's hold. Then, stealing one of Syndrome's rockets, the Incredibles flew to the city. When they arrived, the Omnidroid was destroying everything. Syndrome tried to use a remote control to stop it, but the robot had become too powerful. It knocked Syndrome out. It was up to the supers to save the day. Individually, they were awesome. As a team, they were unstoppable. Using their combined powers, they defeated the Omnidroid once and for all. The people of the city cheered, glad the supers had returned. But Syndrome wasn't done with the Incredibles just yet. When the family got home, they found the villain flying above their house holding Jack-Jack. Suddenly, the baby turned into a little monster. Startled, Syndrome dropped him. As he fell, Jack pulled off part of Syndrome's rocket boot. The villain plummeted to the ground, gone forever. Mr. Incredible wasted no time. He threw Elastigirl into the air. She caught Jack and brought him safely to the ground. With the danger in the city over, the Incredibles returned to their undercover life. But fitting in was a little easier from then on. Violet was more confident, and Dash was able to use his super speed on the track team. Life was back to normal for the Incredibles, but they were always ready to use their superpowers to keep the world safe as a family. I hope you enjoyed that story. To hear more Disney-Pixar stories and other stories, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.